What's good, everybody? And thanks once again for tuning in to my channel, Cap Social Network. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how and why most men shouldn't take pride, although a lot of them do, a lot of them do every time they meet an extremely beautiful, extremely attractive woman. But you don't know men that always go strictly for those type of women, because there are some men that are so or just as shallow as some women, specifically men who act like they can't be with a woman unless she may look a certain kind of way, unless she may be, to put it another way, extremely attractive, not knowing that if you do encounter or approach, because most people nowadays like to approach one another in the dating world online instead of approaching each other in person nowadays. But some men that actually do hit it off with women that may meet their standards of beauty or may happen to appeal to them physically, I always have, in most cases, some of the most sketchiest backgrounds, because men, whether you know it or not, because us in the black community may use terms such as fine or sexy, just to name a few terms that we use in our community, unlike when other races or guys that may use other terms to classify extremely beautiful women. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation for a whole other time. We may not know most of the time, we may meet that woman of our dreams, so to speak, or that extremely beautiful woman that woman may have, for instance, murdered someone before we met them, or may have even ran a drug ring, a car theft ring. That it may have come a case where that woman may have had sex with women, because a lot of times, in most cases, those women of that nature are extremely beautiful, are the types that like to swing, in other words, like to go for both men and women, or may have one while before she met you being a lesbian, therefore may have had sex with multiple women before. Even worse, multiple women all at the same time, may have had orgies with multiple women at the same time, and specifically during her college years, if she went to college. Also, it may have come a case where she may have been a type that believe in bestiality, having sex with animals. And I know this may sound even more disgusting, but there's a video, both the video and the story, you could look it up yourself for proof, of a woman, a black woman, in a bar or a club that actually put a part of a snake in her mouth. I don't know what it may have been, an anaconda, boa constrictor. It was either or, judging from the looks of the video, because I just caught a few clips of it due to it being so disgusting. And her purpose was doing that was to demonstrate her oral sex game skills. And that's just another prime example, guys, of how you shouldn't always go for these different women you go for, especially these guys that are womanizers or ladies, men, skirt chasers, just to name a few synonyms of guys that like to go from woman to woman or play around with women. That you need to be very cautious. As a matter of fact, they have apps now, software applications, aka apps, where you could put in a person's phone number and get a full detailed background, or do a background check on them. But guys, also, if you listen to the song Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe, a song that's 34 years old, if I'm not mistaken, that song, even that song back then until this day, rings true still. that you should never trust a big butt and a smile. And not only, I look at it from this angle, both this angle and perspective, not only did they mean that literally, but they also meant it metaphorically as well, or figuratively as well, because guys not only just go for a woman's beauty, shape of figure, but they also fall for the woman's games as well, because whether you know it or not, extremely attractive and beautiful women are some of the most conniving and deceitful as well. That's why some guys, for the most part, a lot of famous guys going broke, having to pay child support and going broke in return for falling for extremely attractive women. End up usually getting conned out of paying child support for kids, in most cases that's not even theirs. They may have thought were theirs after they may have had sex with the woman who they found very sexy and attractive, only to find out that the kid was never theirs in the first place. Not only that, but extremely beautiful women also are known to have a lot of STDs as well, because think about how many men they're used to going when having sexual relations with, because she may have been a woman before you met her that may have had over 100 partners. There are women like that are for the streets. I'm dead serious, women that are actually like that. Especially if you look at the women, most of the women on OnlyFans, Pornhub, just to name a few of those adult apps, adult content based apps or websites. So I'm going to conclude this video because for the most part I have already proved my point. But before I end this video for good, I want you to first and foremost give me a like. Feel free to comment by giving me both your insight and your feedback on this particular topic. Share the video so the video could become more viral. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel as well, which I really will appreciate, so I can be able to build up both my fan base and my audience that's much more as well. Until next time, I hope you guys have a very safe, blessed, and prosperous day.